Over 50 years later, the two yellows were still talking, reminiscing, laughing, opining on the ways of the world, and squirming with embarrassment at their youthful stupidity. Anna envied George one thing: her name. It wasn't just that George was called George. She'd been named after a specific George, one of Enid Blyton's famous 5. "I want to be called after someone from a book," Anna had said to her parents. They'd looked bewildered and shrugged. They weren't readers. Breck from Kidnapped, that would have been excellent. Breck after Alan Breck, you know. They didn't. Or Scout from To Kill a Mockingbird. You could have called me that. Well, they might have, if they'd heard of the book, but they hadn't. Besides, they associated the word Scout with a boys' organisation and Baden-Powell and campfires and woggles. It didn't seem like an odd name for a girl. It seemed like an odd name for anybody. But then Anna was a difficult child. She questioned everything. The way her mother made soup, why she had to go to Sunday school, indeed, why she had to go to school at all, the clothes they bought her, the food they ate. Sometimes they wondered if they'd been handed the wrong baby. George envied Anna one thing: her fearlessness. It was always Anna who led the pair in adventures and mischief. She organised their apple-scrumping afternoons, encouraged their shoplifting trips to Woolworths, where they took pencils and sweets from the pick and mix. She brought cigarettes to their secret place behind her dad's garden shed. George was the one who smoothed troubled waters when they got into trouble. She stopped Anna eating too many stolen apples. "Diarrhea," she warned. In time, she pointed out the dangers of smoking. She curtailed her cider intake so she could keep Anna upright and onto a night bus home. But sometimes she couldn't stop Anna overdoing things. Anna wanted to be a poet, a vet, a nun. It wasn't a god thing. She briefly fancied she'd look cool in the outfit. Or an actress. By the time she was 14, the poet ambition was winning. She favoured rhyming verse. Her favourite words were whisper, chrysanthemum, joyous, and verdant. She hadn't managed to put any of these in a poem. Her masterpiece to date was The Tonto Syndrome. Tonto was her hero, a gentle, misunderstood man. She felt the Lone Ranger was mean to him. He had the shiny white horse and the silver bullets and never shared. At the end of every episode, someone always asked, "Who was that masked man?" Nobody wondered, who was that mild-mannered, trustworthy Indian fellow? It just wasn't fair. There was a poetry revival going on at the time. A few pubs hosted poetry happenings. Angry young poets would stand and shout their work to a drunken audience. Anna wanted to join in. "Poetry should be shouted," she said. "People need to hear it." She planned to go to a wild, extravagant poetry pub night. George said they were 15. They wouldn't get in. Anna said they would, and "we're not going to drink." They were at their cider consumption peak and planned to indulge in serious swigging afterwards. "We're just going to do a bit of poeming. Well, I am. You're my roadie. You carry the notebook." On the night, a Thursday, they plastered on Anna's mother's lipstick and mascara, slipped from the house and ran to the bus stop. 40 minutes later they were in the pub, a small one in the Grassmarket, feeling out of their depth. The thick smell of booze, the noise, the laughter, the people staring at them. The barman pointing to the door telling them to get out. It was all overwhelming. They were asked how old they were. 18, said Anna. The barman snorted. "We're not here to drink, I've come to read my poems," Anna said. The barman said, "Out." "My poem," said Anna, "is about Tonto. It's about the sorrow of the Indians and women."